Hey everyone, welcome back to Try Not to Sleep. I'm your host, Ethan Brooks. And as always, we're here with another calm, slightly boring story from history to help you unwind. Before we start, let me know in the comments, where are you watching from? And what time is it right now? I love seeing how far our sleepy little history crew reaches. All right, get comfortable. And let's see how far you make it before you fall asleep. The Sumerians of southern Iraq developed the first urban civilization around 4500 BCE. They built cities like Uruk and Eridu, establishing complex societies. Cuneiform writing allowed them to record beliefs and practices. Their pantheon included deities such as Anu, Enlil, and Enki, governing elements like the sky and fresh water. Myths on clay tablets recount the Anunnaki, beings believed to impart wisdom. The Sumerians saw the Anunnaki as active influences, not distant figures. Priests performed rituals and constructed ziggurats as homes for the gods. These structures symbolized the connection between humans and the divine. The Sumerians credited the Anunnaki with knowledge essential for civilization, such as agriculture, architecture, and governance. The Epic of Gilgamesh reflects these themes, blending historical events with divine interactions. Records show rituals shaped daily life. Offerings and festivals aimed to secure the gods' favor, considered vital for prosperity. Divine retribution maintained alignment with practices. Historians and archaeologists debate whether these stories had roots in actual encounters or were symbolic. Regardless, their impact on governance and social order was clear. Later cultures inherited and adapted these narratives, influencing Mesopotamian traditions for millennia. The Sumerians created a legacy where myth intertwined with reality. This narrative explores the broader impacts of the Anunnaki legend and reveals how later cultures perceived these beings. These early cities were centers of trade, learning, and political activity. As population centers, they necessitated structured governance and social order. The Sumerians developed one of the first systems of monarchy. Kings and administrative officials managed resources, labor, and law. The recorded code of Ur-Nammu is one of the earliest legal codes. Cuneiform writing emerged as a tool for governance, allowing officials to record transactions, laws, and decrees. This writing, carved into clay tablets, facilitated communication across distances. By documenting history, the Sumerians created continuity that sustained their society through conflicts and changes. The role of the priesthood extended beyond spiritual affairs. Priests also played administrative roles, managing temple economies and allocating resources. In cities, the ziggurat was both a religious and economic hub. The temple's storerooms housed goods, and its staff maintained records. Agriculture flourished under Sumerian expertise. The fertile land between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers supported crop abundance. The Sumerians developed irrigation systems to manage water supply, optimizing arable land use. Their agricultural success underpinned economic stability. The Anunnaki myth also reinforced social hierarchy. The divine right of kings justified rule and centralized power. This concept conveyed that leadership was ordained by divine will. Thus, loyalty to the ruler also signified devotion to the gods. Cultural practices, such as storytelling and epic recitations, were common. The Epic of Gilgamesh illustrates this tradition. It recounts the adventures of a historical king imbued with divine elements. This blending of myth and history exemplified Sumerian worldview. Trade expanded Sumerian influence, reaching regions such as Anatolia and the Indus Valley. Goods like textiles, metals, and grain were exchanged, spreading Sumerian innovation. This trade network facilitated cultural exchange and technological dissemination. Sumerian society was stratified, with classes ranging from nobility to laborers. The distribution of wealth and power was evident in residential architecture. Large estates housed the elite, while smaller homes accommodated commoners. Social mobility was limited, but present through service to the temple or king. The impact of Sumerian civilization persisted long after its decline. Akkadians, Babylonians, and Assyrians absorbed and modified Sumerian tradition. These successive cultures preserved cuneiform writing and adapted Sumerian legal, religious, and architectural concepts. Understanding Sumerian civilization requires examining their myths, governance, and innovation. They laid foundational practices for urban life and cultural development. Their legacy, embedded in historical records and myths, continues to inform modern understanding of early human societies. The Sumerians' blend of innovation and tradition created a civilization whose narratives and accomplishments shaped the ancient world. The Anunnaki allegedly engineered humanity to serve their needs. This ancient claim involves deities from a distant planet called Nibiru. The narrative begins in ancient Mesopotamia, around 4000 BCE Dawe. Sumerian texts mention gods who shaped the world and its inhabitants. This period marks the foundation of civilization, with the Anunnaki supposedly playing a pivotal role. Sumer lay between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, witnessing remarkable advancements. The Sumerians developed cities, writing systems, and myths. These myths describe the Anunnaki as celestial beings arriving on Earth, seeking resources, primarily gold. Their need for gold drove them to establish mining operations. To ease their labor, the Anunnaki reportedly decided to create a workforce. Enki, one of their leaders known for wisdom and engineering, proposed modifying an existing species, Homo erectus. This involved manipulating genetic material to create a new species capable of understanding and executing commands. The texts describe Enki and his sister Ninhursag, a goddess of earth and healing, as taking clay from the ground. This act symbolized blending Earth's elements with divine energy. They infused it with Anunnaki essence and Homo erectus life force, resulting in Homo sapiens. These early humans acted as a bridge between gods and nature, able to perform tasks and worship their creators. Archaeological findings in Mesopotamia show significant technological and cultural advancements during this period. Historians debate whether these developments reflect influence from a higher intelligence or arose from human ingenuity, driven by environmental conditions and survival needs. The legend of the Anunnaki persists, raising questions about humanity's origins and potential ancient extraterrestrial contact. Are these myths imaginative tales, or do they contain kernels of truth about our past? The story then considers human civilization's evolution under supposed divine guidance. Early humans built structures and left legacies, often attributed to this guidance. The development of agriculture around 10,000 BCE in the Fertile Crescent marked a shift from hunting and gathering. Societies expanded, requiring organized governance and record-keeping. Sumerians created cuneiform writing to record transactions and events. Ziggurats emerged as monumental structures, reflecting religious and administrative functions. These massive stepped towers served as temples and symbols of political power. In cities like Uruk and Ur, these structures demonstrated complex societal organization. Governance in these early cities evolved into early forms of kingship. Rulers claimed divine right or connection to the Anunnaki, reinforcing authority. Gilgamesh of Uruk, a semi-mythical figure, exemplifies this blend of legend and governance. Trade networks expanded through the Fertile Crescent, connecting Sumer to regions like Egypt and the Indus Valley. These interactions facilitated cultural exchange, technological innovation, and resource acquisition. By 3000 BCE, Sumerian society had distinct social classes. Priests and rulers held power, while artisans and laborers supported the economy. Slavery existed, often as prisoners of war or debtors. Laws, such as the Code of Ur-Nammu, regulated society, emphasizing justice and fairness. The decline of Sumer began around 2000 BCE due to external invasions and internal strife. Akkadian and Babylonian empires absorbed Sumerian culture, merging beliefs and custom. Hammurabi of Babylon, famous for his law code, maintained Sumer's legal traditions while asserting control. Throughout these transformations, the Anunnaki myth retained cultural significance. Reliefs and carvings depicted gods interacting with humans. Temples held rituals honoring these deities, keeping their presence alive in societal consciousness. The legacy of the Sumerians influenced later civilizations in the region. Elements of their writing, religion, and governance persisted through Assyrian, Babylonian, and Persian empire. Their achievements laid foundations for future cultural and technological progress. In modern times, interpretations of Sumerian texts inspire debate. Scholars examine these narratives, separating myth from historical fact. Some view the Anunnaki as allegories for natural phenomena or metaphors for human leaders. As humanity continues exploring its origins, the story of the Anunnaki remains a puzzle. Whether gods, myths, or inventions, they symbolize a longing to understand our place in the universe. The enduring fascination reflects an ongoing quest to connect with the distant past. The moon has played a central role in myths worldwide. In ancient Mesopotamia, the Sumerians, around 3500 BCE, revered the moon god Nana. They built temples in his honor and believed he controlled time and fate. In Egypt, around 3000 BCE, the lunar deity Thoth held significance as a guide and protector of scribes. These myths reflect the moon's influence. Cultures saw the moon as a divine force with power over human affairs. In Greece, the moon goddess Selene rode her chariot across the sky each night. The Greeks linked celestial movements to earthly events and believed the moon's cycles influenced life. In 8th century BCE Babylon, lunar eclipses were seen as omens. Priests interpreted these as divine messages, impacting decisions and actions, illustrating the moon's perceived power in shaping destinies. In the Americas, the Inca worshipped Mama Quilla, the moon goddess, who was essential for calendars and rituals. Her myth reinforced social order and agricultural cycle. The moon's phases regulated planting and harvesting, making it a necessary tool for survival. In China, the moon goddess change was central during the Zhou dynasty, beginning in 1046 BCE. Her story remained part of rich folklore traditions, symbolizing immortality and continuity. These myths not only expressed reverence, but also reinforced human curiosity. The moon's changing phases dictated agricultural practices and timekeeping. Its cycles became crucial for navigation and farming schedules, grounding civilizations in the rhythms of nature. This predictability made lunar phases a reliable guide and served as a celestial clock. In Africa, the moon was linked to creation stories, where cycles represented life, death, and rebirth. Such tales allowed societies to pass on values and understand natural phenomena. The moon's role in myths often conveyed moral lessons, intertwining the celestial and terrestrial in a narrative that helped explain the world. Why did the moon command such importance? Its predictable patterns provided a reliable guide for human cycles synchronized with tides and seasons, offering a consistent framework for rural and urban societies alike. This regularity embedded itself in tales and tradition. Yet, while many cultures saw the moon as benevolent, others associated it with fear and unpredictability. Eclipses, for instance, were seen as threats or symbols of change, evoking anxiety and awe. These interpretations highlight how celestial events stirred both reverence and fear. The predictability of the moon's phases contrasted with the ominous nature of eclipses, creating a complex relationship between humanity and the moon. It was both a beacon of stability and a harbinger of change. The moon's role in myths showcases humanity's effort to explain the sky. It sparked stories influencing civilizations and laying foundations for astronomical science. The endeavor to understand the moon led to early investigations into planetary movements, charting the progression from myth to observation and later scientific inquiry. In many ways, the moon served as a bridge between mythology and science. Its cycles inspired tales that would gradually evolve into systematic study. This legacy of the moon in mythology sets the stage for understanding its role in shaping beliefs and advancing knowledge. The moon stands as a testament to human curiosity, a celestial body that, through its regular phases and occasional spectacles, demanded explanation and inspired wonder. In conclusion, the moon's influence is clear. Across cultures and epochs, it has been revered, feared, and transformed through stories and study. It remains pivotal in the tapestry of human history, reflecting our ongoing quest to understand the cosmos. Around 3500 BCE, the Sumerians thrived in Mesopotamia. They developed a complex society known for its innovations. The Sumerians used cuneiform writing on clay tablets to document history and culture. These tablets, discovered in modern-day Iraq, feature stories of gods interacting with humans. Central to these tales are the Anunnaki, a group of deities. Described as coming from the heavens, they supposedly brought knowledge and technology. The Enuma Elish, a Babylonian creation myth, highlights the Anunnaki's influence. This myth describes their role in forming the world from chaos, attributing significant power to them. Archaeological discoveries have unearthed tablets that detail the Anunnaki's contributions to humanity. These include advancements in agriculture, metallurgy, and astronomy. Such developments marked a transition from nomadic life to settled communities. The ancient texts also list kings believed to be chosen by the Anunnaki, illustrating early governance structures. Inscriptions from cities like Ur and Uruk show these places flourishing under divine favor. The people credited the Anunnaki with teaching irrigation techniques and crop management. This transformative knowledge turned arid lands into fertile grounds, critical for the development of urban centers. The guidance from these deities appears linked to advances that propelled early human society forward. The Sumerians were skilled astronomers, charting stars and planets with precision. They accurately predicted celestial events, such as eclipses. Babylonian tablets suggest this knowledge came from celestial teachers, possibly the Anunnaki. Stone carvings depict winged figures, highlighting their divine nature. These images suggest a deep reverence for these beings. However, the blending of myth and history in these accounts presents challenges. Scholars continue to debate the line between fiction and fact. The complex narratives require careful interpretation to understand the Sumerians' worldview. Data analysis of these tablets and inscriptions provides insight into their reliance on celestial beings for guidance. The beliefs surrounding the Anunnaki influenced broader cultural developments. This influence shaped governance and societal structures. The deities were integral to the Sumerians' explanation of the cosmos and human existence. Their stories endure as a testament to the rich tapestry of Mesopotamian mythology. The list of kings attributed to the Anunnaki suggests they played a role in legitimizing rule. Such claims reflect the intertwining of religion and politics. The divine right to govern, bestowed by the Anunnaki, reinforced the authority of rulers. This notion of divine kingship persisted in the region's cultures, echoing through history. The technological advancements linked to the Anunnaki indicate an exchange of ideas with other cultures. Mesopotamia became a hub of innovation, partly due to these divine influences. The development of metallurgy and agriculture had lasting impacts, setting the stage for the Bronze Age. These technologies allowed for more complex societal structure. While the mythological aspects of the Anunnaki story capture intrigue, their portrayal represents more than mere fantasy. They embody the Sumerians' quest for understanding the natural world. The emphasis on celestial origins underscores the importance of astrology and astronomy in their daily life. This celestial connection influenced both ritual practice and scientific inquiry. Debates about the historical reality of the Anunnaki continue. The lack of concrete evidence leaves some skeptical, viewing the stories as allegorical. Others consider them as reflections of ancient encounters with advanced civilizations. Regardless, the narratives offer a window into human efforts to explain the unknown. The Anunnaki myths also serve as a cultural mirror. They reflect human attributes, desires, and fears. The stories reveal the aspirations of a nascent civilization. Through them, we glimpse the complexities of early human thought and belief system. The interplay of myth and history illustrates a broader human endeavor to define existence. The Sumerian texts extend beyond mythology to provide a historical record. They capture the essence of early civilization dynamics. The documentation of kingship, governance, and technology tells of a society striving for progress. These writings also show the importance of recording and preserving knowledge. In understanding the Anunnaki, context is crucial. They fit within a larger framework of ancient narratives. Each element of their story adds to the rich cultural heritage of Mesopotamia. The Sumerians, with their advanced society, left a lasting legacy through these tales. Their influence persists in the study of ancient history and mythology. Ultimately, the Anunnaki symbolize the intersection of belief, knowledge, and power. Their story illustrates early attempts to bridge the gap between the divine and mortal realms. The tablets that describe them remain valuable artifacts, offering insight into the evolution of human civilization. They continue to spark curiosity and debate among scholars and enthusiasts alike. The examination of the Anunnaki and their legacy helps illuminate the past. It encourages the pursuit of questions about humanity's origins, achievements, and ambition. These ancient narratives still resonate, enriching our understanding of history's complexities. They mark early steps in humanity's journey of discovery and innovation. Archaeologists study ancient texts and artifacts to understand the relationship between early humans and the Anunnaki. These findings may reveal how this interaction influenced human civilization. In 1849, explorers uncovered clay tablets in the ruins of Nineveh. These tablets, dating to the Akkadian Empire around 2300 BCE, described deities like the Anunnaki. George Smith, a British Assyriologist, translated these texts, revealing stories of gods descending from the skies. The emergence of these myths in ancient Mesopotamia suggests a cultural connection between humans and celestial beings. The tablets mentioned Enki, an Anunnaki deity associated with wisdom and creation, aligning with carvings found at the Temple of Iana in Europe. Archaeologists analyzed these carvings and noted advanced depictions of celestial knowledge, indicating a significant impact on early Mesopotamian mythology. Excavations in Ur also uncovered artifacts showing interactions between humans and divine figures. The craftsmanship displayed advanced artistic skill for that era. Further excavations near the Tigris River revealed tools and artifacts that appeared technologically advanced for their time, dated around 4000 BCE. Scholars speculated that guidance from a sophisticated culture like the Anunnaki might explain these anomalies. Surveys across Mesopotamia showed similar patterns, with each site containing evidence of architectural and engineering advancements beyond expected capabilities. This consistency led to theories of external influence. Many researchers remain skeptical about these claims. They question if these developments could stem from human ingenuity alone. Technological leaps occur throughout history when cultures evolve under favorable circumstances. Analysis of linguistic evidence in ancient texts continues to explore the extent of the Anunnaki's influence. Words and symbols used in these texts may offer insights into this complex relationship. Scholars examine language shifts and innovations to understand potential cultural exchanges. In Sumer, one of the earliest known civilizations, records from around 3000 BCE contain references to beings resembling the Anunnaki. These mentions appear alongside descriptions of societal structures and governance. The division of labor and introduction of early legal codes suggest advanced organizational skills, possibly influenced by external entities. The ziggurats, massive step structures, symbolize architectural advancements in Mesopotamia. These constructions required precise engineering, challenging the notion of purely indigenous development. The scale and complexity of ziggurats hint at knowledge potentially acquired from more advanced sources. Cross-cultural exchanges may have facilitated the transfer of ideas and techniques. Trade routes in the ancient world enabled the movement of goods and knowledge, further complicating the narrative of a single source of influence. The spread of innovations among contemporary civilizations raises questions about the origins of specific advancements. Artifacts from Mesopotamia often display iconography depicting interactions between humans and beings resembling the Anunnaki. Now, these images could represent mythological narratives or historical accounts. Distinguishing between symbolic representations and historical events remains a challenge for researchers. Inscriptions on tablets often contain stories similar to other mythologies from the region. The Epic of Gilgamesh, a renowned Mesopotamian text, features divine beings influencing human affairs. Similarities suggest a shared cultural heritage, further supporting the idea of interconnectedness among ancient populations. The role of the Anunnaki in these narratives reflects a broader human tendency to attribute unexplainable phenomena to divine being. This phenomenon appears in various cultures, highlighting a universal aspect of human psychology. As archaeological methods advance, new techniques allow for more precise dating and analysis of artifacts. Radiocarbon dating and other scientific methods help establish timelines and context, providing a clearer picture of historical development. Despite many unanswered questions, the study of early human interactions with potential extraterrestrial or advanced entities remains an intriguing field of inquiry. Continuing research into ancient texts and artifacts promises to shed more light on these enigmatic historical relationships, influencing our understanding of human civilization's development. Technological advancements in dating methods have refined the timelines of Mesopotamian history. Scientists use tools like radiocarbon dating to provide more accurate ages for artifacts and structures. These methods offer valuable insights into the period when supposed interactions with the Anunnaki might have occurred. Correlating these periods with recorded advancements in society helps assess the likelihood of external influence. Language and symbols on ancient tablets continue to reveal layers of historical context. Linguists study these elements to trace the development of complex communication. The appearance of certain symbols and terms might suggest influence from advanced cultures. Scholars analyze the evolution of writing systems to identify potential shifts linked to exchanges with external entities. The concept of celestial beings interacting with humans is not isolated to Mesopotamia. Cultures worldwide have myths describing gods or advanced beings influencing human development. This pattern suggests a universal tendency to interpret significant, unexplained advancements as divine interventions. Comparative mythology highlights these recurring themes across distant civilizations, raising questions about their origin. Artifacts across various Mesopotamian sites show similar iconography and motifs. Researchers debate whether these represent actual historical interactions or are purely mythological. Understanding the context in which these artifacts were used can guide interpretations. Some scholars argue that the ubiquity of such imagery suggests a shared belief system influenced by external sources. Economic and political structures in early Mesopotamia reflect an organized society potentially influenced by sophisticated ideas. Documentation of trade, governance, and social organization indicates advanced thought processes. If external influences existed, they might have provided frameworks that shaped these systems. Evaluating the complexity of these structures helps assess the credibility of Anunnaki involvement. The interaction between ancient humans and hypothetical advanced beings raises scientific and historical questions. Balancing tangible evidence with mythological accounts remains a challenge for researchers. Scientific inquiry prioritizes verifiable data, while myths provide cultural context. Sorting through these narratives provides a multidimensional view of ancient societies. The ziggurats stand as monuments to ancient architectural capabilities. Precision in construction, aligned with astronomical bodies, suggests knowledge beyond basic engineering. Theories propose that such knowledge could result from exchanges with advanced cultures. However, other scholars attribute these achievements to human adaptability and resourcefulness, emphasizing indigenous innovation. Current archaeological investigations continue to refine our understanding of early civilizations. New findings often reshape existing theories about ancient Mesopotamia. Interdisciplinary research, bringing together archaeologists, historians, linguists, and scientists, enriches interpretations. Collaboration among experts allows for more accurate reconstructions of historical context, analyzing human-animal hybrids and celestial motifs. Researchers attempt to disentangle myth from reality. These representations challenge modern interpretations of ancient belief systems. Identifying the purpose and origin of such imagery provides deeper insights. Researchers ask whether these depictions illustrate ancient encounters with technologically advanced beings, or are purely symbolic. The enduring mystery of the Anunnaki reflects broader questions about humanity's path. Exploring ancient records and archaeological discoveries encourages a nuanced view of history. Assessing the likelihood of contact with advanced entities remains speculative. However, it invites further exploration of humanity's potential interactions with the unknown. Around 4000 BCE, the Anunnaki emerged in Mesopotamia, shaping Sumer's path. They influenced social hierarchies and technology. At the same time, Egypt developed along the Nile with pyramids and complex burial rites. The Indus Valley civilization, with cities like Mohenjo-Daro, demonstrated advanced urban planning. The Sumerians credited much of their knowledge to the Anunnaki, who were believed to have taught agriculture. Egyptians linked their advancements to deities like Ra and Thoth. The Indus civilization's script remains undeciphered, but evidence shows a focus on trade and sanitation. Sumerians used cuneiform, the earliest known writing system, to manage temple economies. Egyptians developed hieroglyphics for religious texts, while the Harappans used their script primarily for trade. Writing enabled knowledge transmission across generations in each civilization. The Anunnaki supposedly introduced advanced farming techniques, boosting Sumer's agrarian economy. Egypt mastered stone architecture. The Indus people developed sophisticated drainage systems, indicating a priority on public health. Religious practices differed. The Anunnaki integrated into Sumerian governance. Priests held political power. Egyptian rulers claimed divine descent, entwining religion with political legitimacy. The Harappans had communal religious practices with no centralized priestly authority. Sumer's societal organization featured city-states like Ur and Uruk, ruled by kings as Anunnaki representatives. Egyptian pharaohs governed a unified kingdom with centralized power. Indus society seemed more egalitarian, lacking evident centralized leadership. Economic exchange varied. Sumerians engaged in far-reaching trade due to a dependence on imports. Egyptians relied on the Nile for transport and commerce, thriving on agriculture. The Indus Valley maintained major trade networks, with Mesopotamian seals found there. Despite these differences, cultural exchanges show interaction occurred. Sumerians traded ideas with their neighbors. Egyptians absorbed influences from Nubia and the Levant. Indus Valley contacts with Mesopotamia are evident through similar ornaments and weights. So, what caused the Anunnaki's unique influence in Sumer compared to parallel civilization? Environmental adaptation, geography, and resource availability played key roles. These factors, along with mythology, sculpted distinct paths for each civilization. Sumer's advances in writing, law, and governance stem from this unique situation. Their development of cuneiform enabled record-keeping and communication. Legal codes, like the Code of Ur-Nammu, established early justice systems. Agriculturally, Sumer's inventions, such as the plow and irrigation, transformed farming. The Anunnaki's influence in agriculture supposedly innovated flood control and crop rotation, ensuring surplus production. Sumerian society saw the rise of ziggurats, monumental temple complexes dedicated to Anunnaki gods like Anu and Enlil. These structures served religious and administrative functions. Priests, acting as intermediaries between the people and gods, wielded significant power. The stratification of Sumerian society into classes, from rulers to slaves, reflected Anunnaki-influenced hierarchy. Kings, often seen as god-appointed, governed with a combination of religious and military authority, maintaining order and stability. Trade networks bolstered Sumer's economy. Despite lacking resources such as metal and stone, Sumerians traded excess grain and textiles for needed goods. This dependency may have spurred technological innovation. The wheel, another significant advancement, revolutionized transport and trade. It also facilitated construction and agriculture, boosting economic growth. Sumerians contributed to astronomy and mathematics. Their sexagesimal system, based on the number 60, informed future astronomical calculation. Observations of celestial bodies linked directly to religious rituals and calendars. Cuneiform tablets reveal glimpses of everyday life, including business transactions, literature, and scholastic endeavors. These records show a thriving intellectual culture, with schools teaching reading, writing, and arithmetic. How did these achievements impact Sumer's legacy and surrounding regions? The spread of Sumerian ideas influenced neighboring cultures. Trade routes carried technological and cultural exchanges across Mesopotamia and beyond. In summary, the Anunnaki's role in Sumer's development, as depicted in legend, mirrors the pivotal influences shaping civilization. Geography, resource distribution, and the interplay of myth and fact fostered Sumer's distinctive evolution. The arrival of the Anunnaki in Mesopotamia around 4000 BCE marked significant transformation. Located in ancient Sumer, these celestial beings allegedly influenced technological advancements that reshaped human civilization. The Sumerians, known for their ingenuity, invented the wheel and cuneiform writing. Questions remain about the origins of these technologies. Some suggest the Anunnaki guided early breakthroughs, with evidence seen in advanced metallurgy techniques and artifacts. Sumerian craftsmen employed copper alloys, producing durable tools and weapons. These innovations advanced slowly elsewhere, suggesting an external influence in Sumer. Irrigation systems improved agricultural yields, supposedly through Anunnaki knowledge of water management. This technological leap significantly impacted Sumerian society, supporting larger populations. Ziggurats, massive temple complexes, demonstrated architectural skill and mirrored celestial patterns. This alignment possibly indicates ancient knowledge imparted by the Anunnaki. Scribes documented astronomical data with remarkable accuracy, and their records of planetary movements resembled modern astronomy. Tablets from this era reveal sophisticated calculations, raising questions about the sudden appearance of such knowledge. Some attribute these advancements to the Anunnaki, highlighting their possible role in guiding human civilization. Comparing Sumer to other regions accentuates its unique timeline and advanced complexity. This distinctiveness supports the theory of external influence. The impact of these technologies on society was profound. Writing systems enabled record-keeping and administration, vital for governance and trade. Enhanced tools improved agriculture and warfare. This efficiency led to economic growth, allowing settlements to develop into urban centers. These changes altered social structures, creating new forms of governance, and suggesting that the Anunnaki pushed humanity toward complexity. The Sumerian achievements preceded those of later civilizations like the Greeks and Romans, yet had a broader early influence. Understanding the timeline of Sumerian innovation highlights its foundational role in human history. These accomplishments laid the groundwork for future civilizations, indicating a ripple effect through time. This period stands as a potential beginning of humanity's transformation, allegedly under celestial guidance. The influence of the Anunnaki, as suggested by different scholars, might explain the rapid advancements in both technology and societal structures in Sumer. The fusion of craft and divinity played out in significant ways, consistent with other aspects of Sumerian culture. These achievements reflect an evolving society possibly instructed by knowledgeable outsiders. The Sumerian tablets provide insight into complex societal function. Administrative tasks, enabled by writing, helped manage resources efficiently. This created a structure that promoted stability and growth. Agriculture, supported by irrigation techniques, ensured food security, allowing for urbanization and specialization of labor. The newfound complexity in societal organization and technology in Sumer set a pattern for future human development. Innovations in agriculture prompted surplus production, freeing individuals to pursue arts, craftsmanship, and trade. This diversification of labor contributed to the social and cultural richness of Sumer. Further indications of Anunnaki influence appear in the advanced astronomical knowledge recorded by Sumerians. Observations of celestial bodies facilitated the development of a calendar system, crucial for agricultural cycles. The accuracy of these observations implies a sophisticated understanding, unexpected without external influence. The ripple effect of Sumerian technology and systems traverses history, influencing subsequent civilizations. Their writing system, architectural styles, and governance models served as blueprints for cultures that followed. Such diffusion of knowledge underscores the transformative period that began with the Sumerian. As human societies continue to evolve, this early fusion of technological progress and possible divine intervention set the stage for future achievements. The legacy of the Sumerian period, whether through the real or mythological narrative of the Anunnaki, marks a pivotal chapter in human history. Around 450,000 years ago, according to Sumerian texts, the Anunnaki reportedly appeared on Earth. This marked a significant moment in ancient history. The Sumerians described a primary landing site, Eden, located in southern Iraq. The area's fertile land and strategic position by the Tigris and Euphrates rivers made it ideal for establishing contact with early humans. Clay tablets indicate that Eden functioned as the Anunnaki's operational base. References to structures like ziggurats suggest potential landing platforms or observation towers. These structures offered vantage points over the surrounding land and settlements. The region's resources facilitated sustained contact with local populations, enabling a significant exchange of knowledge and materials. Other notable sites emerged across the ancient landscape. The Sinai Peninsula, in particular, is linked to the Anunnaki through stories of intensive mining operation. Texts from the region mention extensive metal extraction, reportedly used for technological advancements crucial to the Anunnaki's activities on Earth. Archaeological findings, such as unique mining tools, indicate a complex operation that surpassed local capabilities. This suggests that the Anunnaki had access to advanced technology and methods far beyond what was available to indigenous populations. Moving further, in modern-day Turkey, Göbekli Tepe presents a compelling site with its ancient stone circles and monolithic structure. Although not directly linked to the Anunnaki in surviving texts, its considerable age and complexity raise questions about possible Anunnaki influence. The site's alignment with astronomical phenomena indicates an advanced understanding of the heavens, possibly a result of Anunnaki intervention or guidance. This aligns with the broader interest in astronomy seen in other regions associated with the Anunnaki. These sites illustrate the strategic approach taken by the Anunnaki. Each location offered resource availability, suitable climate, and proximity to significant human societies. This careful selection of sites appeared to be a calculated move to maximize influence and resource extraction. Why, then, were these specific sites chosen? Ancient sources and archaeological evidence suggest a deliberate selection process based on the availability of resources, environmental suitability, and strategic advantage. The combination of these factors indicates a coherent plan designed to utilize Earth's resources efficiently while establishing and maintaining relationships with early human societies. Understanding this selection provides insight into the broader agenda that the Anunnaki pursued during their time on Earth. The impact of these locations on human advancement is profound. As the Anunnaki interacted with local populations, they likely facilitated the transfer of technological, agricultural, and astronomical knowledge. This exchange significantly influenced the development of human societies, pushing them toward more complex organizational structures and enhanced technological capability. The examination of these sites continues, with researchers focusing on their role in transferring knowledge from the Anunnaki to early human societies. Excavations and studies attempt to uncover more proof of the sophisticated technology and organizational skills that might have been imparted by the Anunnaki to humans. This ongoing research might reveal more about how early humans implemented this knowledge, shaping the cultural and technological trajectory of ancient civilizations. The story of these ancient sites offers a glimpse into the complex interactions between the Anunnaki and humans. As scholars explore these connections, they unravel the threads of history that tell of partnership and progress. The narrative painted by ancient texts and archaeological study suggests a dynamic interplay between visitors from beyond and the inhabitants of Earth. Speculation about the Anunnaki's involvement in human affairs has fueled discussions about their possible roles as catalysts for human advancement. While definitive conclusions remain elusive, the available evidence presents a tantalizing picture of ancient collaboration that affected the course of human history. This collaboration, real or perceived, has become a focal point for understanding the past's complexity and the potential for extraordinary interaction. The regions associated with the Anunnaki, such as Edin, the Sinai Peninsula, and Göbekli Tepe, are subject to ongoing investigation and debate. These areas, rich with historical relevance, continue to captivate researchers and enthusiasts alike. By studying the remnants left behind, artifacts, structures, and texts, historians seek to piece together the puzzle of ancient human Anunnaki contact. Ultimately, the examination of these sites contributes to a broader understanding of early human civilization. The learning and innovations possibly introduced by the Anunnaki might have served as a foundation for later advancements in various fields, such as mathematics, engineering, and astronomy. The narrative of human progress is intertwined with these influences, creating a rich tapestry of culture and development. As the quest for knowledge persists, the exploration of the Anunnaki and their potential impact on Earth retains its place as a significant area of historical inquiry. The sites speak to a past where the boundaries between myth and history blur, inviting continued exploration and interpretation. This story of ancient visitors and their legacy offers a captivating chapter in the annals of human history. In 4500 BCE, Mesopotamia witnessed a significant interaction between the Sumerians and a group known as the Anunnaki Daidai. Mesopotamia, often called the cradle of civilization, was home to the Sumerians, who lived alongside the Akkadians and Babylonians. Key city-states such as Uruk and Ur became centers of culture and innovation. The Anunnaki, purported to possess advanced knowledge, introduced crucial innovation. They offered guidance on effective crop cultivation, leading to agricultural abundance. This abundance spurred population growth and urban expansion. Their influence extended to metallurgy, as they taught Sumerians to work with copper and gold. These materials enhanced tool-making and artistry, improved construction, and infrastructure followed. A major development linked to the Anunnaki was the emergence of writing. The creation of cuneiform script enabled efficient record-keeping and communication. This allowed the management of complex urban life. The advancement supported the preservation of traditions and histories, strengthening communal memory. Beyond material progress, their inspiration permeated religious and cultural life. The Sumerians incorporated the Anunnaki into their pantheon, worshipping them as deities. Myths and stories featuring these beings became integral to society. This reflects the depth of their interaction. However, these relationships were not without challenges. Some narratives suggest instances of conflict and human resistance. This raises questions about whether reliance on the Anunnaki led to dependency or sparked desires for autonomy. The legacy of the Anunnaki's influence endured in foundational lessons that aided humans in building their civilization. The knowledge and cultural exchanges from these interactions shaped future developments in the region. The Sumerians established irrigation systems, which demonstrated Anunnaki influence on agriculture. Canal networks spread across fields, efficiently distributing river water. This innovation supported year-round farming, boosting crop yields and supporting growing population. As agriculture thrived, cities grew larger and more complex. In metallurgy, the introduction of techniques to work with copper and gold led to stronger tools and vibrant artwork. Sumerian craftsmen created intricate jewelry and practical implements. These advancements improved daily life and reflected a sophisticated culture. Urban infrastructure benefited as well. The design and construction of ziggurats, large terraced structures, showcased architectural progress. These served religious purposes and demonstrated organizational skill. Sumerian engineers developed early forms of urban planning, laying groundwork for future city developments. Writing development proved crucial for administrative efficiency. Cuneiform script, pressed into clay tablets, recorded transactions, laws, and stories. This innovation allowed for better trade, governance, and cultural continuity. It enabled Sumerians to maintain intricate social systems within expanding cities. Religious integration saw the Sumerians embracing the Anunnaki as divine entities. Temples honored these beings, becoming central to community life. Festivals celebrated their myths, ensuring these stories lived on. Priests interpreted celestial events, linking them to Anunnaki activity. Social structures evolved, influenced by Anunnaki concepts of order and hierarchy. Kingship, seen as divinely appointed, emerged as a central authority. This system facilitated governance over growing population. Bureaucracies developed using writing to maintain order. However, myths hint at tensions. Stories sometimes portray the Anunnaki as demanding or punitive. Such depictions suggest potential conflicts over autonomy and control. Debate exists on whether Sumerians viewed these interactions as beneficial or burdensome. Despite such complexities, the Anunnaki's impact was profound. They helped lay the foundation for Mesopotamian civilization. Their influence persisted, visible in the structures, artworks, and texts that followed. Sumerian society absorbed and adapted these elements, crafting its own legacy. Knowledge transmission played a critical role in sustaining these cultural ties. Oral traditions and written records spread Anunnaki teachings. As generations passed, these ideas became ingrained in the cultural fabric. Future societies built upon these foundations, expanding and innovating. The Anunnaki's role in Sumerian development symbolizes broader themes in human history. It highlights the power of cultural exchange and adaptation. As societies encounter new ideas, they transform and integrate them, shaping their paths forward. In Mesopotamia, this interplay drove remarkable advancements. Cities flourished, arts thrived, and complex systems emerged. Each development was a step toward modern civilization. The Sumerians, influenced by their interactions, contributed significantly to this journey. While the presence of the Anunnaki is often debated, their alleged role in Sumer's progress is undeniable in stories and ruins. These exchanges, whether historical or mythological, emphasize the enduring impact of cross-cultural influences on human society. Thus, the tale of the Sumerians and the Anunnaki reveals a key moment in the shared journey of humanity, illustrating how knowledge, storytelling, and innovation intertwined to shape the world. The Anunnaki significantly impacted human agriculture around 4000 BCE in Mesopotamia, profoundly transforming early farming practices. This region, positioned between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, became a focal point for agricultural innovation. Before the Anunnaki influence, humans relied on basic farming methods. Stone and wood tools were common, yielding modest crops. The introduction of metal plows by the Anunnaki marked a major shift. Metal plows replaced wooden ones, increasing land productivity and supporting larger populations. This technological advancement allowed communities to cultivate more land efficiently. The Anunnaki also promoted crop rotation. By alternating grains and legumes, farmers replenished soil nutrients and improved yields. This practice became crucial for maintaining soil health over time. Sophisticated irrigation systems also emerged, redirecting river water to maintain consistent field hydration. These systems ensured reliable harvests even during dry seasons, enhancing food security. Animal husbandry experienced significant advancements through selective breeding. The Anunnaki emphasized traits such as strength and docility. This enhanced livestock quality, providing better sources of meat, milk, and wool. As a result, human settlements enjoyed greater prosperity and stability. Storage techniques also evolved. Clay pottery became essential for grain storage. Pottery protected grain from pests and moisture, enabling communities to prepare for lean years by storing surplus food. This advance was crucial for long-term survival. These agricultural changes affected social structures significantly. Villages expanded into complex societies with specialized roles. As former hunters transitioned into farmers and traders, exchanges of crops and goods increased. Extensive trade networks formed, furthering social complexity. The emergence of markets transformed bartering into organized commerce. This shift enabled societies to thrive beyond mere survival. The introduction of the calendar had a profound effect as well. It allowed farmers to track lunar cycles, timing planting and harvesting accurately. This synchronization reduced waste and maximized efficiency. The development of the calendar also instilled a sense of order. Farmers linked their activities to cosmic patterns, creating a more organized approach to agriculture. This structured system helped maintain societal stability. The agricultural revolution laid the foundation for future advancements. Communities expanded into new territories, adapting practices to varied environments. As societies evolved, they continued innovating and improving agricultural techniques. These changes echoed through time, allowing societies to develop more sophisticated systems. Agriculture facilitated population growth and urbanization. Larger communities required improved infrastructure. City-states emerged, marked by elaborate governance structures and cultural development. As cities grew, division of labor became more pronounced. Specialization allowed individuals to focus on specific tasks, enhancing efficiency and productivity. Skilled artisans, merchants, and administrators played crucial roles in expanding economies. Trade between city-states became vital. Agricultural surplus enabled exchanges of goods, ideas, and technology. These interactions spurred innovation and cultural exchange. The flow of resources contributed to regional stability and prosperity. The growth of trade networks also supported the rise of scribes and record-keeping. Written records became essential for managing trade and agricultural production. This development marked a key transition to more complex societies. The use of writing facilitated legal and administrative tasks. Written contracts ensured fair exchanges and regulated commerce. This added a layer of structure and predictability to economic activities. Agriculture's success influenced social and political structure. Rulers and elites emerged to manage resources and maintain order. Control over agricultural wealth became a source of power and influence. Religious practices also evolved alongside agriculture. Deities associated with fertility and harvest gained prominence. Rituals and ceremonies reinforced societal norms and cohesion. The agricultural advances attributed to the Anunnaki left a lasting legacy. Their contributions to farming, animal husbandry, and storage significantly shaped human development. These innovations provided a foundation for future civilizations to build upon. Over millennia, societies continued refining agricultural techniques. Innovations in toolmaking and crop cultivation persisted. These efforts sustained population growth and urbanization across the globe. In conclusion, the Anunnaki's influence on agriculture around 4000 BCE marked a pivotal moment in human history. Their introduction of advanced farming methods and technologies transformed Mesopotamian societies. These changes laid the groundwork for the rise of complex civilizations and enduring agricultural practices. As a result, humanity took significant steps toward a more organized and structured existence, fostering growth and development for generations to come. The development of language and writing reshaped human society, enabling complex communication and record-keeping. Around 3500 BCE, the Sumerians in Mesopotamia created one of the earliest writing systems, cuneiform. This innovation documented transactions, laws, and stories. Sumerian texts mention the Anunnaki, who played a role in this cultural leap. Cuneiform began as simple pictographs and evolved into abstract symbols. Sumerians used reed styluses, pressing impressions onto clay tablets, which preserved information durably. Allegedly, the Anunnaki imparted advanced knowledge, enhancing capabilities in tracking and governance. Writing enabled the recording of history and myth. Epic tales, such as the Epic of Gilgamesh, preserved narratives across generations. Codification of laws became essential for societal order. The Code of Ur-Nammu, one of the oldest legal codes, illustrates writing's role in justice. The written word facilitated trade. Merchants maintained records of transactions and inventories, nurturing economic growth and expansion. Temples and palaces emerged as centers of learning and administration, relying heavily on scribe. Oral language also developed significantly. Communication extended beyond survival needs to express emotions and abstract ideas. This transformation fostered cooperation and structured social system. What impact did this evolution have on human thinking? Some suggest that writing altered cognitive processes, enhancing abstract thought and problem solving. Others ponder the potential influence of Anunnaki teachings on these advances. As writing spread to Egypt and the Indus Valley, each culture adapted it uniquely. Around 3100 BCE, Egypt developed hieroglyphs, reflecting intricate symbolism. The Indus script, still undeciphered, sparks intrigue regarding its creators and purpose. This linguistic evolution marked a significant turning point, connecting distant peoples and preserving knowledge for future generations. The influence of language and writing extends throughout history. The shift from oral to written traditions signals the next stage of human advancement, the rise of cities and empire. Urbanization increased, as writing enabled more sophisticated administration and governance. Cities like Uruk and Ur flourished in Mesopotamia, becoming centers of trade and culture. Writing supported the rise of bureaucratic institutions. Record-keeping allowed for efficient management of resources and populations. This capability strengthened state structures and facilitated the expansion of empire. Social hierarchies became more pronounced with writing. Scribes held prestigious positions as literacy equated to power and influence. Access to written knowledge created a distinct division between educated elites and the general populace. The role of writing in religion also expanded. Written texts provided consistency in religious practices and beliefs. Sacred writings allowed for the establishment of religious doctrines and the organization of rituals. The creation of libraries further cemented writing's importance. Collections of texts preserved knowledge and promoted scholarly pursuits. Centers, like the Library of Ashurbanipal in Assyria, stored vast amounts of information, contributing to cultural continuity. Education systems began to emerge, rooted in literacy. Schools trained scribes, and education became a pathway to social mobility. Written language was a tool for transmitting knowledge across generations. Scientific and mathematical advancements benefited from writing. Accurate calculations and observations could be recorded and shared. This exchange of knowledge accelerated technological and intellectual progress. The interaction between cultures promoted by writing led to cultural exchanges and innovation. As scripts spread, they facilitated the blending of ideas and spurred creativity in various fields. Writing became an engine for cultural evolution. Writing also played a crucial role in preserving multilingual knowledge. Bilingual and trilingual inscriptions recorded in multiple scripts ensured that languages and cultures could retain their identities while coexisting. Legal systems developed robustly with writing. Codified laws provided a transparent framework for justice and governance. Contracts, property rights, and trade agreements could be enforced with written documentation. Writing's role in diplomacy emerged with treaties and agreements recorded on tablets and parchments. This reduced misunderstandings and facilitated peaceful interactions between states. The innovation of portable writing materials, such as papyrus scrolls and parchment, expanded the reach of written communication. Ideas and knowledge could be disseminated over long distances, fostering interconnected societies. The transition from oral to written traditions marked a profound change in human history. It laid the foundation for complex societies and global interactions. Writing, with its ability to preserve and transmit knowledge, continues to shape civilizations. The widespread adoption of language and writing has a lasting impact, influencing modern educational, legal, and governmental systems. The development of writing systems demonstrates a crucial human capability: the desire to communicate, record, and innovate. As we reflect on the origins of writing, we recognize its pivotal role in advancing human culture and civilization. The enduring legacy of written language remains evident in the way societies function and interact in the present. Around 3000 BCE in Mesopotamia, city-states emerged along the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. Urban centers, such as Uruk and Ur, developed, becoming focal points of social, economic, and political activity. Agriculture drove this transformation. Fertile land and improved farming techniques enabled surplus food production, allowing populations to grow. People began settling permanently. Villages expanded and developed into city-states with distinct systems of governance and culture. In Uruk, Ziggurats served as the core of religious and administrative life. Priests and officials managed resources, trade, and diplomacy, consolidating power within these emerging societies. The rise of such administrative centers suggested early forms of centralized management. Power rested not only with religious leaders, but also involved new classes of officials who coordinated complex city functions. Trade routes connected these city-states, encouraging cultural exchange and technological innovation. The invention of the wheel marked significant progress, improving transport and trade efficiency. Writing systems like cuneiform evolved in Sumer, facilitating record-keeping. Such developments spurred advancements in mathematics and astronomy, aiding commerce and understanding of the world. Early documentation found in cuneiform tablets provided evidence of thriving commerce and bureaucratic sophistication in these city-states. Ideas spread quickly, leading to shared technologies and cultural practices across the region. Scribes and scholars played crucial roles, transforming oral traditions into written records, enriching Mesopotamian society with epics and hymns. The city-states faced continual external threats. As communities settled and resources grew more valuable, conflicts over arable land and water resources often escalated into warfare. Around 2334 BCE, Sargon of Akkad rose to power and unified many of these city-states into the Akkadian Empire. His empire represented the early attempt at empire building. The consolidation under Sargon showed the potential for political unity, but it also exposed the fragility of such arrangements in the face of internal rebellion and external pressures. Hammurabi's Babylon emerged around 1792 BCE, offering a model of centralized authority. By 1754 BCE, Hammurabi codified laws that structured governance, regulated daily life, and resolved disputes, which proved critical for maintaining order in densely populated urban centers. His code influenced governance by establishing accountability and justice, dealing with issues like land rights, trade, and personal conduct. Disputes were frequent in city life, and Hammurabi's code offered solutions grounded in a sense of fairness and authority. Despite advancements, city-states struggled to sustain growth without conflict. Internal strife, driven by resource scarcity or political upheaval, was common. External threats often challenged stability, leading to changes in political structures. Some city-states fell, while others adapted, learning from these challenges to create more resilient social and governance structures. The legacy of Mesopotamian city-states lies in their innovations in governance, trade, and culture. Their achievements in writing and law set precedents for future civilizations, influencing regions well beyond Mesopotamia. Uruk and its contemporaries played a pivotal role in human history, offering lessons on governance, law, and cultural interdependence. Technological developments and social structures established by these city-states laid the groundwork for future advancements. As empires rose and fell, the knowledge and practices from Mesopotamia persisted, paving the way for the growth of new civilizations in the ancient world. The interactions among these city-states and their ability to adapt to internal and external pressures provided critical insights into the complexities of human society. In conclusion, Mesopotamian city-states were catalysts for innovation and cultural development. Their systems of governance, trade networks, and technological advancements shaped the foundation of future civilization. The story of these early city-states is a testament to human ingenuity and adaptability in responding to challenges and opportunities in an ever-evolving world. Astrological practices influenced early human beliefs and behaviors. Ancient civilizations observed celestial bodies for guidance. In Mesopotamia, around 4000 BCE, the Sumerians developed early astrology. They lived between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. City-states like Uruk and Ur became centers for astronomy. This marked a shift in human thought toward interpreting the heavens systematically. The Sumerians created clay tablets recording stars, planets, and lunar phases. These artifacts reveal their commitment to celestial study. They believed celestial movements affected earthly events. The Anunnaki, deities in their mythology, relayed cosmic messages. Priests interpreted these signals as omens for rulers. Astrology spread to Babylon by 1800 BCE. Babylonians refined systems into zodiac signs. They developed frameworks to predict lunar and solar eclipses. These served religious and practical purposes, including agriculture and governance. The importance of astrology grew in these societies. Kings consulted astrologers before major decisions. Ignoring astrological advice was seen as negligent. This elevated astrologers to influential court roles. By 500 BCE, astrology reached the Achaemenid Empire in Persia. It evolved, adapting to cultural context. Persians merged Zoroastrian beliefs with Babylonian practices, broadening astrology's application in medicine and politics. Some questioned its reliability, pointing to inconsistencies. Yet, the system's complexity and successes maintained its significance. The ancient Greeks encountered astrology through interactions with the Babylonians and Persian. By the 4th century BCE, Greek scholars such as Plato and Aristotle explored its principles, proposing links between human temperament and celestial positions. Hellenistic texts synthesized earlier knowledge, shaping astrology's evolution. Claudius Ptolemy's work in the 2nd century CE, Tetrabiblos, became foundational. His efforts to connect astrology and natural philosophy influenced future thought. Astrology moved to India, mixing with local traditions. By the 3rd century BCE, it became integral to Indian culture. Indian astrologers developed unique systems, including Hora, which divided the sky into 12 equal parts. This led to detailed predictions in life events and spirituality. The blending of Indian and Hellenistic ideas enriched both traditions. The Roman Empire adopted astrology widely. Emperors like Tiberius consulted astrologers. The integration of astrology into Roman culture underscored its societal impact. Despite criticisms from figures like Cicero, astrology thrived. Religious authorities debated its validity, struggling to dismiss its influence. Astrology aligned with Roman beliefs in fate and destiny, reinforcing its grip. The fall of Rome did not diminish astrology's reach. During the Islamic Golden Age, scholars translated key texts into Arabic. Figures like al-Biruni and al-Kindi expanded upon Ptolemaic models. They enhanced celestial observations with innovations in mathematics and astronomy. This era solidified astrology's scholarly status in the Islamic world. Medieval Europe saw astrology's resurgence. The 12th century translation movement reintroduced Arabic knowledge, Universities added astrology to curricula, integrating it into medical practices. Renaissance figures like Johannes Kepler appreciated its intricacies, despite doubts about its scientific basis. Astrology became entwined with emerging scientific thought, influencing alchemy and natural philosophy. Astrology's role in navigation and exploration arose with the Age of Discovery. Mariners used celestial charts for sea voyages. Astrological knowledge facilitated mapping the stars, aiding discoveries. This practical application demonstrated astrology's continued relevance. In the modern age, astrology faced skepticism with the rise of empirical science. The Enlightenment challenged its claims, emphasizing evidence-based knowledge. Yet, astrology persisted in popular culture. It adapted to modern contexts, appearing in newspapers and personal guides. While disputed scientifically, its appeal endured through human curiosity and the search for meaning. Why did astrology maintain its hold across centuries? Its ability to offer order in an unpredictable world had universal appeal. People sought solace in its structured approach to life's uncertainties. Despite challenges, astrological practices evolved, laying groundwork for further exploration. Thus, astrology's history illustrates its enduring ability to adapt and resonate. Its impact spans cultures and eras, shaping human perspectives on the cosmos and destiny. Whether revered or contested, astrology's legacy continues, reflecting humanity's quest to understand itself through the stars. The Anunnaki's arrival around 3000 BCE prompted significant changes in human calendar systems. In Mesopotamia, present-day Iraq, the Sumerians developed one of the earliest known calendars. This region became central to the Anunnaki narrative, laying the foundation for how humans organized days and years. The Sumerians based their calendar on lunar cycles, dividing the year into 12 months, each beginning with the new moon. Some interpretations suggest the Anunnaki guided this understanding, influencing Sumerian record-keeping. Every 30 years, they added an extra month to align with the solar year, reconciling lunar and solar patterns. This adjustment reflects the early recognition of discrepancies between lunar cycles and solar years. Other civilizations took different paths. Ancient Egyptians, influenced by celestial observations, developed a 365-day calendar. They divided the year into 3 seasons, Akhet, Pere, and Shemu, marking the Nile's agricultural cycle. The heliacal rising of Sirius signaled their new year, a distinct approach from Mesopotamia's lunar focus. This method was crucial for predicting the Nile's inundation, essential for agriculture. The Mayans in Mesoamerica created a notably complex calendar, tracking larger cycles with the long count calendar. They utilized units such as kin, winal, tun, atun, and baktun. The Mayans emphasized both solar and lunar calendars, focusing on long-term cycles. Their system demonstrated an advanced understanding of time, tracking dates far into the future and reflecting their sophisticated astronomical knowledge. In 45 BCE, Romans reformed their timekeeping with the Julian calendar under Julius Caesar, adding a leap year every 4 years. This change corrected errors and ensured better alignment with the solar year, moving away from purely lunar calculations. The Julian calendar became a foundation for the Western understanding of time. In China, the traditional lunisolar calendar combined solar terms with lunar months. Used for agriculture and festivals, it contained 12 months, with occasional leap months to stay in sync with the solar year. Each month began with the new moon, incorporating 24 solar terms, crucial for agrarian society. This method integrated the lunar phases with solar progression, facilitating agricultural planning. Different environments, religious beliefs, and astronomical observations drove innovations in timekeeping. The Anunnaki's influence in Mesopotamia was one among many paths. Climatic conditions also played a significant role. In regions where agriculture depended heavily on predictability, accurate calendars were vital. Each of these calendrical systems addressed the universal human challenge, measuring time accurately. Despite regional differences, the pursuit of understanding celestial patterns was consistent. The evolution of calendars reflects humanity's drive to anchor life in nature's cycle. These systems became essential not only for agricultural purposes, but also for religious ceremonies and societal organization. As humans improved timekeeping, they synchronized cultural and agricultural activities, fostering stability and growth. The evolution of calendar systems provided tools for order and prediction, which were crucial for organizing complex societies. These advancements extended beyond timekeeping. They influenced technological development, governance, and even cultural practices. The Sumerians and other early societies set the stage for how later civilizations approached the concept of time. The Anunnaki's influence, whether direct or through shared knowledge, exemplifies the interconnectedness of ancient culture. Calendars were more than mere tools. They were reflections of sophisticated understandings of the universe and key enablers of human progress. The unending quest for timekeeping precision led to increasing complexity and refinement in calendars. This is seen in the gradual shift from observational methods to systematic calculations. Innovations such as the leap year, the solar terms, and long count systems highlight humanity's ability to adapt and respond to natural rhythms. Modern calendars owe much to these ancient systems. They continue to influence how societies mark passage through time. The synthesis of lunar and solar cycles persists in contemporary practices. It underscores the shared heritage of our ancestors, celestial observations, and their lasting impact on our world. In summary, calendar systems from diverse cultures and regions reflect a common human aspiration to understand and measure time. Their development was a crucial step in the advancement of civilization, providing a framework for order and foresight in an ever-changing world. Around 4000 BCE, the Sumerians of Mesopotamia revered the Anunnaki, major deities influencing their festivals and worship. Each Sumerian city-state had a patron deity. Uruk worshipped in Anna, goddess of love and war, while Enki, god of water and wisdom, presided over Eridu. Sumerians believed these deities guided natural events and societal outcomes. Festivals expressed gratitude and devotion to the Anunnaki. During festivals, citizens engaged in processions, music, and offerings. The annual Akitu festival, in spring, was dedicated to Marduk in Babylon, though its origins traced back to earlier Sumerian practices. Locals aimed to ensure agricultural success and community prosperity. This festival included the reenactment of the Enuma Elish, the Babylonian creation story, emphasizing the Anunnaki's role in cosmos formation. Akitu reinforced communal bonds and provided a structured way to appease the gods. Temple priests orchestrated these events, preparing rituals and maintaining sacred spaces. They played a critical role in the religious structure, bridging human and divine interaction. Common offerings included food, drink, and crafted items to appease the deities and secure their favor. Through these rituals, Sumerians sought a direct connection with the Anunnaki for bountiful harvests and protection from calamities. Offerings were seen as a necessary exchange between humans and gods, ensuring prosperity and stability. Ziggurats, towering temple complexes, became focal points of worship. Each ziggurat embodied the link between divine and terrestrial realms, with shrines dedicated to patron deities. People believed the Anunnaki descended these steps to commune with humans, symbolizing the bridging of heaven and earth. The architectural design of ziggurats reflected their religious purpose, being not only places of worship, but also symbols of divine ascension and descent. Symbolism infused Sumerian festivals. Lions symbolized Inanna's strength, and flowing water represented Enki's generosity. Art and sculpture often depicted these symbols, reinforcing the narratives central to their civilization. Participants wore masks and costumes, embodying the gods, creating a tangible connection to the spiritual story. This practice allowed individuals to step into the roles of the deities, fostering deeper religious experiences and understanding. The celebration of the new moon was another crucial festival, reflecting lunar influences from Anunnaki myths. The moon, associated with Nanna, marked time and guided agricultural cycles, reminding Sumerians of their dependence on celestial patterns, believed to be governed by their gods. Lunar festivals emphasized the connection between the earthly and celestial, highlighting the rhythms that dictated agricultural and social lives. Despite the dominance of the priesthood, lay people actively participated in rituals, fostering a communal identity and reinforcing societal bonds. Even slaves and laborers had roles within these ceremonies, illustrating a structured yet inclusive religious framework. This involvement exemplified the Sumerians' united approach to religious worship, showing a society interconnected through its shared beliefs and practices. Their devotion aimed at understanding existence and controlling their world. Revering the Anunnaki offered insight and favor, impacting later cultures and forming Mesopotamian religious foundation. Festivals unified people, fostering resilience through difficult times. The rituals and worship practices influenced neighboring regions, demonstrating the widespread impact of Sumerian religious culture. Political shifts eventually altered these traditions. The rise of new empires and evolving religious landscapes influenced the decline of Sumerian practices and transformed Anunnaki worship in later civilization. As civilizations like the Akkadians, Babylonians, and Assyrians emerged, they adopted and adapted these rituals, leaving an indelible mark on the religious practices of the ancient Near East. Despite changes, the core themes of worship, divine interaction, and societal unity persisted, rooted in the foundational beliefs established by the Sumerians. In 2100 BCE, the Epic of Gilgamesh emerged in ancient Mesopotamia, recorded in the city of Uruk. This epic portrayed Gilgamesh as part divine, part human, highlighting the importance of gods and heroes. The Anunnaki, a group of deities from Mesopotamian mythology, frequently interacted with humans through these legends, serving as tools of influence. Enlil, a leader among the Anunnaki, appeared often, demonstrating divine authority and impact on human affairs. In the epic, Enkidu, a creation of the gods, befriends the hero Gilgamesh. Their adventures reveal the values and beliefs of ancient societies. Through challenges and victories, the stories teach lessons about loyalty, friendship, and human folly. Gilgamesh's quest for immortality reflects society's exploration of themes like life, death, and existential pursuit. These narratives offered audiences a framework for understanding human experiences in relation to divine intervention. Inanna, a powerful goddess associated with love and war, descended into the underworld. This act highlighted themes of rebirth and transformation, indicating the complex nature of her influence. Myths like these conveyed layered messages, providing both entertainment and moral education. They illustrated the struggles and triumphs that reflected everyday human concerns, hinting at the shared experiences of all people. Another significant story, the Babylonian creation myth Enuma Elish, depicted pivotal roles for the Anunnaki. It described the origins of the world and Marduk's rise to power. In a decisive battle, Marduk defeated the chaos monster Tiamat, establishing order from chaos. This victory cemented his place as a supreme deity. These myths functioned as cultural anchors, grounding societies in a shared historical and cosmic framework. Scribes recorded these stories on clay tablets, preserving them for future generations. The heroic epics served as a bridge between divine beings and humans, cementing the Anunnaki's influence in cultural consciousness. By perpetuating these narratives, societies attempted to explain natural phenomena and historical events beyond scientific understanding. Some speculate about historical realities behind these tales, suggesting that interactions with advanced beings might be encoded in mythology. Interpretation of these stories often sparks debate among scholars and theologians. They explore not only the motivations and meanings within these texts, but also their implications for understanding cultural and technological advancements. The role of divine intervention versus human agency remains a subject of ongoing discussion. These epic myths laid a foundation for future generations to explore broader philosophical and theological questions. Analyzing these myths provides insights into the societies that cherish them. The events recorded in these tales continue to intrigue historians, prompting exploration into the connections between the Anunnaki and humanity. As scholars sift through archaeological evidence and ancient writings, they uncover the layers of meaning embedded within these ancient texts. Comparison with other ancient civilizations' narratives can offer comprehensive insights into this enduring legacy. By examining myths from various cultures, historians identify common themes and distinct differences. These comparisons help illustrate the universal human quest for understanding life's mysteries and navigating existence within a larger cosmic order. Such explorations also reveal the dynamics of power and hierarchy within ancient societies. Kings, heroes, and deities played specific roles that mirrored real-world structures. This reflection often reinforced existing social orders, offering legitimacy to rulers and priests by associating them with divine figures and cosmic events. Myths became instruments through which societies maintained continuity, stability, and cohesion. The educational function of these stories cannot be overlooked. For societies with limited literacy, oral traditions and epics, like those of Gilgamesh, served as the primary means of transmitting knowledge across generations. They educated listeners about cultural norms, ethical behavior, and communal responsibility. The repetition of these narratives in various forms ensured their persistence throughout history. In modern times, The significance of these myths transcends historical study. They inspire literature, art, and film, revealing their continued relevance. The timeless nature of their themes speaks to ongoing human concerns about life, death, and destiny. By engaging with these stories, contemporary audiences connect with a shared past, gaining insight into both ancient and enduring human condition. Ultimately, the stories surrounding Gilgamesh, Enkidu, and the cosmic battles of gods like Marduk highlight the enduring power of myth in shaping human understanding. They offer a lens through which we can view the ancient world, providing a window into how early civilizations grappled with questions of existence, morality, and the divine. The legacy of these epics continues to influence and inform, a testament to their profound impact on human history. The Anunnaki's influence on modern culture remains a notable aspect of historical study. Ancient Sumerians first spoke of the Anunnaki around 3400 BCE in Mesopotamia. Texts described them as powerful gods shaping human existence. These stories traveled through time, impacting religions and myths, and persist today in popular media, literature, and conspiracy theories. In 1976, author Zecharia Sitchin published The 12th Planet. He claimed the Anunnaki originated from a distant planet called Nibiru. His interpretations of ancient texts gained widespread attention. Books and documentaries inspired by his ideas raised questions about humanity's origin. Today, some believe the Anunnaki genetically engineered humans for labor. Movies and television explore these themes. Series like Ancient Aliens suggest the Anunnaki as architects of ancient civilization, making them part of science fiction narratives. These stories captivate audiences worldwide. Video games often depict the Anunnaki as alien overlords, blending mythology with entertainment. Not all interpretations are straightforward. Some see the Anunnaki as metaphors representing human power struggles. However, others view them as cautionary tales about the abuse of technology. The debate continues, highlighting their complexity. Ancient myths hold power today by intriguing people who seek a connection with the past. These stories bridge ancient and modern beliefs. In art, the Anunnaki appear as symbols of ancient wisdom. Artists depict them through sculptures and paintings, honoring their legacy and inspiring creativity across various mediums. Contrasting views on their existence drive exploration. Some scholars dismiss the Anunnaki as fiction, while others continue to seek evidence of ancient contact. This search fuels curiosity and debate, expanding historical understanding. The Anunnaki's impact invites questions about human history and our place in the universe. Their story continues to evolve, echoing through time. They maintain a role in discussions about modern science and technology, as some believe ancient myths could hold hidden truths. Exploration of the Anunnaki may encourage re-examination of existing historical narratives. By revisiting ancient texts and archaeological evidence, researchers gain insights into past civilizations. The ongoing interest in the Anunnaki reflects the human urge to explore and understand the unknown. Critics of Sitchin's interpretations point to a lack of scientific evidence supporting his claims. Scholars often emphasize the need for rigorous analysis of historical texts. Nonetheless, the Anunnaki remain a popular topic of discussion and research. Their presence in modern culture underscores the enduring nature of ancient stories. Whether viewed as myth or possible history, the Anunnaki stimulate thought and conversation about our ancestral origins. Their narrative challenges conventional perspectives and invites ongoing exploration. Different interpretations of the Anunnaki highlight diverse cultural perspectives. For some, they symbolize ancient knowledge lost to time. For others, they represent potential extraterrestrial influence on human evolution. This diversity of thought enriches the discussion. The Anunnaki story intersects with various cultural and scientific discourses. From archaeology to astrophysics, researchers examine these narratives for clues about ancient societies. The pursuit of understanding drives innovation in both fields. As long as there are questions about our origins, the Anunnaki will remain relevant. They encourage curiosity and inspire a sense of wonder about the past. Their story may continue to unfold, offering new insights and perspective. In conclusion, the Anunnaki's influence on modern culture demonstrates the power of ancient myths to captivate and inform. They connect past and present, challenging us to reconsider our understanding of history. The conversation about the Anunnaki is a testament to the enduring human quest for knowledge. Ancient artifacts and tablets found in Mesopotamia provide a basis for understanding the Anunnaki. These artifacts include cuneiform inscriptions detailing stories of gods and their interactions with humans. Scholars study these writings to decipher the societal structures and beliefs of ancient Sumerians. In modern times, the Anunnaki find a place in cultural expressions, showing the timeless appeal of these myths. Genres like science fiction and fantasy draw on their stories for narrative inspiration. Filmmakers and authors creatively reinterpret these tales, reflecting society's fascination with origins and the unknown. The Anunnaki narrative also impacts education, with courses on mythology and ancient cultures exploring their significance. Universities teach these myths as part of broader historical studies, linking ancient civilizations and how they inform current beliefs. Sitchin's work sparked interest, but also critique. Academics argue for careful examination of historical texts. The need for balanced analysis remains crucial in separating literal interpretations from allegorical meaning. Publications and media continue to explore Anunnaki themes. Television series and online platforms discuss their potential historical reality or fictional roots. These discussions keep the myth alive, encouraging people to investigate further. Artistic depictions of the Anunnaki display them as enigmatic figures. These representations invite viewers to engage with ancient symbolism and question the nature of divinity and myth. Controversy over their existence persists. Sitchin's followers often clash with academics, creating a dynamic discourse. This engagement reflects broader themes of skepticism and belief in exploring ancient history. The Anunnaki's legacy lies in their ability to provoke thought. They challenge us to look beyond conventional histories, inviting re-evaluation of our past. Whether as gods or metaphors, their story continues to resonate with those intrigued by the mysteries of human beginning. Academia's role in this debate emphasizes evidence-based research. Scholars call for increased archaeological work to explain myths historically. This approach aims to clarify the boundary between myth and historical fact. The Anunnaki story may serve as a reminder of humanity's journey. As we uncover new evidence and reconsider ancient narratives, they remain a symbol of our timeless quest to understand who we are and where we come from. The Anunnaki's role in human history continues to intrigue scholars and enthusiasts. Originating from ancient Mesopotamian mythology, these deities are central to the stories of the Sumerians, who flourished in the 3rd millennium BCE. They believed the Anunnaki descended from the heavens and played a crucial role in creation and governance. Scholars find these tales inscribed on cuneiform tablets from Sumer, Akkad, Assyria, and Babylonia. In Sumerian culture, the Anunnaki were seen as architects of civilization. The people credited them with significant advances in agriculture, governance, and writing. Enki, one of the prominent Anunnaki, was especially revered for imparting wisdom and skills to humanity. This connection between Sumerian prosperity and Anunnaki influence attracts the interest of many researchers. Inscriptions speak of vast ziggurats, which were monumental structures dedicated to these deities. The ziggurat of Ur, for example, served both as a temple and as evidence of the reverence the Sumerians held for the Anunnaki. Cuneiform writing, viewed as a divine gift, was instrumental in trade, record-keeping, and storytelling. Archaeologists explore these connections, examining how these myths influenced the society's structure. Excavations at sites like Uruk and Ur revealed the pivotal role of divine worship in social organization. These findings support the existence of a theocratic society where gods and governance were tightly interconnected. Interpretations of the Anunnaki vary widely. Some speculate they were symbolic of natural phenomena or cosmic events, while others suggest they represented allegories for political systems. Yet, the notion that the Anunnaki physically interacted with humans remains popular in mythology. This leads to a persistent question. Did these gods truly walk the earth, or were they symbolic? Modern theorists continue to explore alternate explanations. One such theory suggests the Anunnaki were extraterrestrial in origin. Proponents of this view hypothesize that advanced beings visited ancient civilizations and their ships and technology were misinterpreted as divine powers. Links between these ancient myths and modern theories demand deeper exploration. The enduring mystery of the Anunnaki inspires debate and fascination. For centuries, humans regarded the moon as a source of mystery. The development of astronomy began unraveling these questions. In the early 1600s, astronomy emerged as a rigorous science. Galileo Galilei, using his refined telescope, observed the moon's surface in detail. He noticed craters and mountains, challenging the prevailing belief of a smooth celestial orb. This investigation marked a pivotal shift in understanding. Johann Kepler furthered these observations. He published works suggesting the moon's influence on Earth's tides. These scholars laid the groundwork for future lunar studies. Their insights spurred scientific curiosity, questioning long-held assumptions. They set the stage for continued inquiry and discovery. In 1651, Giovanni Riccioli and Francesco Grimaldi created a detailed map of the moon. They named features such as the Sea of Tranquility, marking a new era in lunar exploration. These names remain significant today. Their work represented a detailed examination, urging others to explore further. Edmund Halley, in the late 17th century, used these maps to study the moon's motion. His studies linked the moon's gravitational pull to the phenomena of tides, reinforcing its impact on Earth. The 18th century saw expanded lunar studies. Isaac Newton and John Flamsteed debated the nature of the moon's orbit. Newton's laws of motion offered new celestial mechanics understanding. Flamsteed's observations refined the moon's orbital path, enhancing navigational accuracy for sailors. These advancements facilitated more precise maritime travel. Seafarers relied on these findings, gaining greater confidence in their journeys. In the 19th century, lunar exploration progressed. Johann Heinrich Mädler and Wilhelm Beer drew the first detailed map of the moon's topography. Their work, published in 1837, revealed unknown aspects of lunar geography. They meticulously catalogued craters, naming some after prominent astronomers. Their map served as a primary reference well into the 20th century. It guided future astronomers and informed subsequent exploration. The mid-20th century ushered in space exploration as a new frontier. The Soviet Luna missions provided unprecedented lunar images, revealing far-side craters. These missions offered insights previously inaccessible. In 1969, the United States Apollo 11 mission brought men to the moon. Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin collected samples, offering the first direct study of lunar composition. These missions transformed lunar science. They confirmed theories about the moon's origin and structure. The moon became a laboratory for understanding planetary formation. Scientific discoveries began to intersect with ancient narratives. Could these studies reconnect with myths like the Anunnaki legend? Such explorations continued to inspire new lines of inquiry. The moon's exploration now stands on the brink of a new chapter. Current missions aim to uncover more secrets. Researchers seek to explore lunar poles and the potential for water. Future plans involve constructing a base for extended human presence. These endeavors promise to deepen humanity's connection with the moon. Technological advancements continue to drive exploration. Improvements in robotics and AI enhance mission capabilities. Collaboration among international space agencies expands the scope of research. Each step forward adds to the collective understanding of the moon. The moon study also offers tangible benefits on Earth. Lunar research supports advancements in materials science and telecommunications. It informs environmental studies and planetary defense strategies. The moon acts as a mirror, reflecting Earth's possibilities and challenges. With each technological stride, humanity's lunar understanding grows. The moon captivates, embodying a blend of mystery and revelation. It symbolizes both a destination and a journey. Humans strive to unlock its secrets and thus understand their world more profoundly. On the horizon are missions planned by both nations and private enterprises. Companies aim to mine resources and create sustainable operations. The prospect of lunar tourism arouses interest in commercial ventures. These initiatives highlight the moon's ongoing allure and relevance. In essence, lunar exploration continues to evolve. It transcends traditional boundaries, ushering in new possibilities. The moon remains pivotal, a celestial body that reflects humanity's quest for knowledge and adventure. Its exploration inspires future generations, linking past myths with scientific advancement. The journey continues, revealing more than imagined. This enduring pursuit captures the resilience of the human spirit. Genetic studies offer valuable insights into human origins and connections between ancient populations and modern humans. Researchers examine genetic markers to uncover historical migrations. Molecular anthropologists trace human ancestry through DNA, In the late 20th century, advances in genetic technology enabled scientists to study mitochondrial DNA, passed from mother to child. This breakthrough shed light on early human migrations out of Africa around 60,000 years ago. Chromosomal DNA studies further supported these migrations, revealing complementary pattern. Research was conducted at institutions such as the University of California and the Max Planck Institute in Germany. Mitochondrial Eve emerged as a significant concept, representing a theoretical common ancestor. Scientists found that all humans share a single maternal lineage. By tracing mutations in mitochondrial DNA, they created a map of human expansion. The chromosome studies revealed a similar paternal lineage called Y chromosomal Adam. This combined data depicted a complex web of human migration and mixture. Genetic markers identified the routes humans took across continents. DNA from ancient fossils added depth to these stories. The sequencing of Neanderthal and Denisovan genomes highlighted interbreeding events with early Homo sapien. In 2010, Svante Pääbo's team at the Max Planck Institute decoded the Neanderthal genome, unveiling that modern non-African humans possess up to 2% Neanderthal DNA. Denisovan DNA, first identified in a Siberian cave, appeared in Aboriginal Australians and some Asian population. These interactions enriched the genetic toolkit of humans, influencing traits and adaptation. The study of haplogroups clarified population movements over millennia. Haplogroups consist of groups of similar haplotypes sharing a common ancestor. Geneticists use them to track ancient human migrations. One well-known haplogroup, M, proved crucial in tracing settlement paths in Asia and the Americas. Another, R, provided clues about European and South Asian ancestry. These genetic markers, alongside archaeological evidence, help construct human history. Modern technologies enhance understanding of human origin. Whole genome sequencing unravels complex ancestry patterns and decodes entire genetic blueprints, revealing hidden connections. Expanding genomic databases aid cross-referencing of ancient and modern DNA, while projects like the Human Genome Diversity Project compile extensive genetic data for analysis. These findings unravel the tapestry of human history, connecting us to distant ancestors. They inform medical research by revealing susceptibilities to certain diseases. Genetic links between populations can influence personalized medicine approaches. As genetic studies progress, unexpected discoveries frequently emerge. Unraveling ancestral connections sharpens our view of humanity's shared journey. The exploration continues, bridging gaps between past and future knowledge. Interplay between science and myth also offers perspectives on ancient legends and human origin. Ancient cultures often explain their beginnings through mythological accounts. These narratives sometimes correlate with genetic evidence, providing insight into human history. For instance, the San people of southern Africa possess one of the oldest genetic lineages. Their folklore reflects significant historical and environmental elements found in genetic studies. Links between mythology and genetics underscore the importance of preserving cultural narratives alongside scientific discovery. Cross-disciplinary studies enrich our understanding of how humans relate to their environment and each other. By integrating genetic data with archaeological finds and cultural stories, researchers create a fuller picture of human ancestry. The collaboration between disciplines is essential. Geneticists provide data that historians and archaeologists interpret through cultural and historical contexts. This cooperative approach leads to more robust conclusions about human ancestry and migration pattern. As technologies advance, ethical considerations arise. Informed consent and cultural sensitivity are vital when studying indigenous populations. Balancing scientific goals with respect for communities remains a crucial aspect of genetic research. Collaboration extends internationally. Institutions share findings to build a cohesive global understanding of human origins. Projects encourage global partnerships and foster shared learning experiences. Incorporating technological advancements with a respect for cultural heritage enriches our grasp of human history. Future discoveries promise to deepen insights into migration and ancestry, blending science with cultural appreciation. The drive to understand where humans came from helps unite diverse fields. Each discovery adds to a growing narrative, connecting modern humans to their ancient predecessors. This ongoing exploration of genetics reveals a rich tapestry woven through time, further illuminating the human story. Our understanding of ancestry remains dynamic. As new data emerges, reinterpretations occur, refining our knowledge. The complexities of genetic research demand continuous inquiry and openness to evolving perspectives. The future of genetic studies is promising. As technology advances, deeper insights into human origins become possible. The integration of multidisciplinary research enriches our understanding of humanity's past and future. While challenges remain, the pursuit of knowledge continues to unite fields and cultures. The study of genetics is not just about decoding DNA, but also about understanding human identity and connection. This ongoing journey reveals the shared heritage of humanity, bridging time and space. In conclusion, the exploration of human origins through genetics offers profound insight. By examining genetic markers, ancient migrations and interbreeding events are revealed, connecting us to our ancestors. Collaborations between disciplines enhance understanding, respecting cultural narratives while advancing scientific knowledge. The journey of discovery continues, unveiling new layers of the human story. The Anunnaki's influence on ancient technologies presents intriguing possibility. These advancements helped shape early civilizations, creating a foundation for future societies. Around 4000 BCE, the Sumerians flourished in Mesopotamia, a region known for its fertile lands between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. The Sumerians credited their knowledge to the Anunnaki, celestial beings allegedly descending from Nibiru. This connection raises questions about how complex technologies emerged at that time. The Anunnaki supposedly introduced irrigation, which proved crucial for agriculture in the arid Mesopotamian climate. Evidence of sophisticated canal systems reveals an understanding of water management. These canals transformed barren lands into productive fields, supporting growing population. The development of irrigation systems allowed for year-round farming, thus stabilizing food supplies and enabling population growth in the region. Writing is another significant contribution attributed to this era. Cuneiform, one of the earliest writing systems, emerged around 3200 BCE, facilitating record-keeping and communication. This innovation was essential for governing expanding city-states like Ur and Uruk. Administrative records, trade transactions, and legal documents found in archaeological sites demonstrate how writing interconnected various aspects of society and enhanced governance. The Sumerians constructed ziggurats, massive step pyramids, possibly influenced by Anunnaki architectural techniques. These structures served religious purposes, indicating a society oriented toward celestial appreciation. The construction of ziggurats required advanced engineering skills, suggesting the influence of outside knowledge. Their design and scale reflect the complexity of Sumerian society and its religious practices. The wheel, invented around 3500 BCE, revolutionized transport and trade. Its creation marked a pivotal shift in mobility, enabling commerce across cities and regions. The wheel allowed for the development of carts and chariots, which facilitated the movement of goods and contributed to economic prosperity. The Anunnaki's purported guidance may have inspired this breakthrough, enhancing connections among community. Time management concepts, including dividing the day into hours, emerged during this period. Temporal awareness played a vital role in organizing work schedules, religious ceremonies, and trade activities. This division suggests awareness of celestial bodies, aligning with the Anunnaki narrative. This understanding allowed for the development of calendars and the coordination of significant events, reflecting a sophisticated approach to timekeeping. Medicine also saw advancements, with recorded prescriptions and surgical practices. These early medical texts demonstrate an evolving understanding of health and the human body. The Sumerians documented treatments for various ailments, showcasing their approach to medicine and healing. While the Anunnaki's role in these developments remains speculative, the advancements indicate a deepening knowledge of anatomy and medical practices. Why did these technologies arise so rapidly in Mesopotamia? Scholars debate whether extraterrestrial influence played a part, or if human ingenuity simply flourished under the right conditions. The environmental richness and strategic location of Mesopotamia might have provided a fertile ground for such advancements. The interplay between human curiosity, environmental factors, and potential external influences may have driven these technological leaps. Either way, the resulting innovations laid the groundwork for future societies. The development of writing systems, irrigation, and architectural structures formed the basis for societal growth and complexity. These technological advancements set a precedent for later civilizations by establishing organized governance, enhanced agricultural capacity, and improved communication systems. Further exploration of these ancient technologies continues, and the narrative of the Anunnaki remains entwined with human history, influencing ongoing quests for understanding. The legacy of the Sumerians endures, reflecting humanity's capacity for innovation and adaptation. The connections between myth, history, and technological progress continue to fascinate scholars and enthusiasts alike, encouraging a deeper exploration of human origins and development. The Anunnaki allegedly influenced early human civilization. According to interpretations of ancient texts, they arrived on Earth with advanced knowledge around 450,000 years ago. The Sumerians in Mesopotamia recorded tales of these beings who descended from the sky. Their mythology recounts interactions between deities and humans, with the former imparting wisdom and guiding societal development. Historians and archaeologists debate the extent and nature of this influence. However, some evidence points to early advancements that align with these legends. The construction of ziggurats in Sumer is an example. These massive structures required sophisticated engineering and organization, suggesting a sudden leap in capability that coincides with the period of alleged Anunnaki interaction. Cuneiform writing developed in Sumer around 3200 BCE, transforming communication and record-keeping. Some assert that its complexity indicates possible external influence. The precision in Sumerian mathematics and astronomy further supports claims of advanced knowledge. They possessed understanding of pi and the Pythagorean theorem, predating Greek mathematics by millennia. Agricultural techniques also showed significant advancement. Mesopotamian irrigation systems were efficient, allowing agriculture to thrive. This led to stable food supplies and urban growth. Whether this progress was purely human ingenuity or guided by Anunnaki wisdom remains debated. The timeline invites questions about external influence. Artifacts and ancient texts, such as the Sumerian king list, suggest anomalous durations of rule, hinting at possible connections to these beings. Such records introduce elements that challenge conventional timelines, complicating the historical narrative. But critics argue human creativity, environmental factors, and intercultural exchanges explain these innovations. However, the precision and sudden emergence of knowledge in that era remain topics of intrigue and debate. The Anunnaki narrative raises questions about the origins of human progress, their alleged involvement in advanced developments in Sumer prompts further examination of their roles and potential genetic impact on humanity. This ongoing investigation continues to intrigue historians and enthusiasts alike as it challenges traditional views on early civilizations' progress. Since the mid-20th century, the moon has significantly influenced culture, technology, and science. In 1969, the Apollo 11 mission marked a milestone by landing humans on the moon. Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin became the first to set foot on its surface, sparking global excitement and national pride in the United States. This achievement symbolized technological advancement during the Cold War. The mission also provided valuable geological samples, offering insights into the moon's composition and history. The moon serves as a platform for scientific exploration and potential colonization. NASA and the European Space Agency plan lunar missions to establish sustainable human presence. These missions aim to support deep space travel. Technological innovations such as the Lunar Gateway are under development for these goals. The Gateway will serve as a space station orbiting the moon. It will support long-term lunar exploration and facilitate future missions to Mars. Lunar exploration drives interest in energy and resources. Concepts like lunar mining gain attention for extracting rare minerals. The presence of helium-3 on the moon holds potential for future fusion energy. Helium-3 could offer an alternative energy source affecting global strategies. This resource could play a role in reducing reliance on fossil fuel. The moon impacts telecommunications and remote sensing. Advances often reference lunar technology. Satellites rely on lunar-based systems for calibration and enhancements. These systems improve the precision of Earth observation and communication. Culturally, the moon influences literature, film, and art. It symbolizes exploration, and artists and writers often draw inspiration from its phases and surface. The moon reflects human curiosity and symbolizes exploration. Authors have written about lunar voyages, contemplating its mysteries. traditional beliefs connect to the moon. Many societies link lunar cycles to calendars and festivals. This practice extends into modern times. Cultural practices still reference lunar phases. Festivals and rituals consider the moon's cycle, integrating it into daily life. In education, the moon plays an engaging role. Museums and observatories host lunar observation events to encourage interest in astronomy. Educational programs leverage lunar exploration to inspire students. They work to connect scientific inquiry with tangible goals. The moon's history and potential guide lessons in science and engineering. Museums display artifacts from lunar missions. These exhibits highlight the technological achievements of space exploration. Visitors learn about the challenges faced by astronauts and engineers. Observatories offer public viewing events, connecting people with celestial phenomena. Looking to the future, the moon's role in space exploration and resource management intrigues scientists and policymakers. Upcoming missions aimed to test technologies needed for long-duration stays. The Artemis program plans to land the next man and the first woman on the moon by the mid-2020s. The moon's surface offers a testing ground for new technologies. Rovers and landers explore its environment, collecting data. This data helps scientists understand potential risks and rewards of human presence on lunar soil. The insights gained contribute to planning for Mars and beyond. Researchers study the moon's potential for supporting life. How? Its resources may provide water, oxygen, and building materials. These capabilities could reduce the cost of missions by using local resources. The moon could serve as a launch base for deeper space missions. International cooperation plays a growing role in lunar exploration. Countries collaborate on missions, sharing data and resources. This cooperation advances scientific knowledge and strengthens diplomatic ties. Joint missions and projects promote a unified approach to space exploration. Humanity's reach into this familiar satellite may expand further, driven by evolving roles. The future may see the moon as a stepping stone to other celestial destinations. Its exploration will likely continue to inspire and challenge the human spirit. Scientific discovery, technological innovation, and cultural insights will evolve with each new lunar venture. The Sumerians developed writing with cuneiform on clay tablets. These texts describe the Anunnaki as figures from another world. They allegedly contributed to innovations in agriculture, metallurgy, and governance. This intrigues researchers and historians. Archaeologists have uncovered significant technological strides during Sumerian times. Irrigation systems became more sophisticated, supporting urban expansion. Metallurgy advanced, leading to stronger tools and weapons. These innovations set the groundwork for flourishing civilizations that followed, reflecting a rapid progression. The Sumerian civilization occupied the fertile region between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, now modern-day Iraq. Many propose the Anunnaki exerted influence here. Some argue these developments resulted from their interventions, suggesting a leap in human capability. Ancient texts describe the Anunnaki as possessing advanced knowledge and longevity. This led to speculation about their manipulation of human genetics. Some claim diagrams show evidence of DNA alteration, potentially explaining jumps in human cognition and societal advancement. These claims remain controversial but stimulate discourse about origin. The leap from primitive society to advanced civilization is a key mystery. Could external influences explain this acceleration? The debate continues to spark curiosity and research. Similar accounts from other ancient cultures hint at parallel tales. Egyptian, Indian, and Mesoamerican stories include beings descending from the skies. This raises the question of whether these were separate events or interconnected narratives. Are these stories origin myths, or do they hold a kernel of truth? Skeptics highlight the lack of direct evidence tying the Anunnaki to physical artifacts without tangible proof. Many consider these stories allegorical. Yet, the persistence of these narratives across cultures suggests a shared human yearning to explain the unexplainable. Modern science and technology continue humanity's trajectory. We build on foundations laid millennia ago by ancient minds. Advancement in genetics, artificial intelligence, and space exploration echoes historical leaps in understanding. The same curiosity driving the Sumerian spurs present-day discovery. Ancient stories prompt reflection on human potential. Exploring space and expanding knowledge may hold answers to questions raised thousands of years ago. Understanding possible interactions with otherworldly beings could help. But as humanity ventures further, the blend of myth and reality shapes modern dream. Whether true or not, ancient influences remain part of human history. Will more secrets be uncovered? Or will these tales fade with time? Only continuous exploration and inquiry can determine that. This enduring mystery of human advancement, influenced by ancient legends, prepares us for further discoveries. The journey of knowledge continues, driven by the search for truth.